the amount of growth you're seeing in the developed countries. So this to me is an interesting story. And we ask ourselves, how come Africa has been able to rebound in the past? And I think Dominique Strauss-Kahn also outlined this, as well as Mr. Zelle, Bob Zelle, the World Bank president. In the past crisis, Africa was not able to come back so quickly. There was a lag in the recovery, but now we see Africa bouncing back even faster than some other parts of the world. I think that's due to the fact that the countries have pursued prudent macroeconomic policies. You know, they learned lessons from the past, and they've managed their fiscal deficits, are managing them relatively well. They've managed inflation relatively well, exchange rates relatively flexibly, reserves relatively well, and I think they've just, for many countries, put themselves on a more stable path to be able to take advantage of all opportunities to grow. So it's remarkable that the continent, which was a victim of the crisis, is now rebounding with some strength. And you know, so I think this has led to the continent being looked at in a new way, and assistance that is being given. The perception, you know, is changing, and I think that, you know, we as Africans also have a responsibility to think differently. That aid to the continent is not a question of charity; it's a question of investment, and it is really a means of creating a platform upon which private investment can come in. That platform helps to build institutions, build infrastructure, leverage private sector money, and this is the way that jobs are going to be created on the continent, and the continent is going to grow. So my real message to out of these meetings is that, you know, Africa is seeing a window of opportunity, you know, that it can seize following this crisis. It has shown the resilience and the strength, and the question now is maintaining the momentum of these policies, continuing to show results. You know, the continent needs to continue to show results out of the support it's already received, and to maintain these good policies. And I think that will show the opportunity, that will show the world that Africa is ready to seize the opportunity. The second big point I want to make out of these meetings that I think is a good outcome is that Africans got a third chair on the board of the World Bank. I'm sure you all heard about this. It means that we have more voice, you know, in the institution, you know. So out of 25 chairs, we now have 3. And, you know, that gives us the ability. And we have a new executive director from South Africa, the former deputy governor of the Reserve Bank of South Africa. This is a big thing, a woman. I'm sure she's going to do a fabulous job, Dr. Renosi Mokate, you know. So we should all celebrate what has happened in terms of the governance. The World Bank has kept its word of trying to increase the attention and the opportunity for Africa to speak up and have more of a voice. And the third piece is that is the funding. The International Development Association, IDA, that part of the World Bank that gives grants and zero interest loans to African countries, to all low-income countries, 79%